day. Question that we pose tonight is there a better way to good health? And in these days where everybody is used to overpromising and under-delivering, well, a legitimate question. Next legitimate question is, what works, what doesn't work, what's of good value? And those are all good legitimate questions. So what I thought I would do, because my why for doing this is the health that I feel now versus the health that I felt a few years back. And my why is that as other people have joined us, I see the quality of their lives enhanced immensely over what it was before. So, is there a better way? Well, I really wasn't looking for a better way is my story. I was trying to deal with health the way it was a few years back. I weighed about 30 pounds more than I do right now. Some of you have heard that story, but you haven't heard some of the rest of the story. We have a veterinary hospital that's about 60 feet from front to back, and there were days when I would stand in my office for 5 to 10 minutes and make certain that I had not forgotten anything that I needed to do in my office before I went to the back to do treatments, because I didn't want to make another trip back. And I do the same thing when I was in the back end of the hospital. Even walking was excruciating pain in my knees and my hips and my ankles. Running was totally out of the question. And the level of energy that it took to deal with that problem was no less than enormous. Most people who know me, they'd say I'm a pretty high energy guy. There were times when we did the hospital where you start one day, go on emergency through the night, go the next day. So 40-hour days, sometimes plus 40-hour days, are things that I'd gotten used to. Being able to go long and hard is something that I've always prided myself on. But on those days where the pain was that severe, the fatigue was enormous. The challenge in terms of trying to deal with that level of pain was incredible. And again, I wasn't searching for another way. Fortunately, I was privileged to have a wife who understood what I was going through and was trying to search for ways, both traditional ways, like probably some of you guys are trying if you're middle-aged or beyond and you have chronic pain and you have chronic inflammatory diseases. You're probably dealing with things that you know your body's paying a price for. You know that there's going to be a point in time where livers and kidneys and blood clotting levels and other things that you're taking from using, or that you're going to get into from using non-inflammatory or anti-inflammatory medications and other immune suppress agents and opioids and things like that. Well, there's a price to pay there, and I was using a huge amount of them. But fortunately, Chris found some stuff that was a better way for me. Is it a better way for everybody? Well, that is, of course, the question, but it was certainly a better way for me. So diet played a part. We got rid of artificial sweeteners, we got rid of sugar, we got rid of bread, we got rid of dairy, and that made an enormous difference. We started doing supplementation in things that really are pretty difficult to find in the way food is made these days, and that made a significant difference. And so if you're trying to do something that you're not getting success for, if you have this misconception that because you have chronic arthritic or orthopedic injuries that, well, nothing's going to work for you because you can't exercise, well, that's a misconception. If you have the thought process that you have to sacrifice everything that would be good for you and that you would enjoy to eat and have to be regimented on a specific 2 or 3 meal diet for the rest of your life, well, that's a misnomer. If you believe that the condition that you have right now is the best life can be and you think more about what you used to be able to do than what you can do right now, well, that's a misnomer. But that's from where I sit. And so all of those questions about, well, what do I do and does it work and is it of good value? Well, those are all good questions. They're all questions that unfortunately don't have specific answers until you decide to do something different. But I guess I would say maybe a better question is, what do you have to lose? Maybe some extra weight, maybe some pain, maybe that fatigue that you carry around all the time. If you're interested in a better way, I believe I found one. You don't necessarily have to take my word for it. You can look up a testimony that's on our Facebook page and on our website about Jean. Jean's a couple of years older than I am, I think mid-60s. And I watched Jean for 20 years, and I watched a connective tissue disorder disease rob her of first her career, and then her lifestyle, and then finally even the ability to get out and walk without a cane. It robbed her of the ability to join her or to enjoy her grandchildren. It robbed her of the ability to write and paint, which she's phenomenal at. And ultimately, when Jean and I started her journey, she was looking at gastric reduction surgery because she had to lose some weight based on how much pressure was on her back, and she was looking at a major abdominal surgery, and her physicians were worried that she wouldn't be able to recover from the surgery with the weight that she had on. That was a little less than a year ago, and without exercise, with proper diet and proper supplementation, Jean's down 45 pounds. Her cane, I haven't seen in 2 or 3 months. She chases her grandkids around out on the lawn. She paints and writes again. Is life perfect for her? No. But she found a better way. We'd love to help any of you who are interested find a better way. Reach out to us on Facebook. Contact us, private message me. I'll be happy to share with you what we do and how we do it.